Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Harika. So in this video, which is on update query, we are going to look at few points. So let me just highlight them for you. So first of all, I'll just explain you the manual way of how to doing the update query and what would be the result after doing the update query. And later, how we can update a column in a particular data table using the Linq query, and I'll explain the complete syntax. And after that, how we can do the conditional based, like let's say if there is a condition based on which you wanted to update a column, how we can do that. So I can explain you the syntax, and later we'll simplify the existing syntax that we have already got. Okay, so that's the whole agenda, and if time permits, I will try to cover one more thing in the same video, which is adding a new column into the same data table, which is updating the values based on the columns. But let's see first these things which I have highlighted right now. So I'm taking the same sheet which I have shown in the previous examples. So if you're someone jumping into this video for the first time, I would suggest you to watch the previous videos, then you'll get the strong understanding of the fundamentals, which is very important. And now I'm reading the data from the monthly purchase sheet, which is my sheet that I'm already having. And later, what I'm doing exactly, I'll explain you later. So let's see the output, how we'll get the output and what exactly we can understand by end of this video. Okay. So in this sheet, this is my input sheet. Okay. So if the sheet 2 consists of output. So by end of this execution, what I'm going to do, the price value. So let's say I have a data table where the prices are these. So I wanted to update the prices of these things by twice. So when I run the query, all the prices has to be doubled. So that means 2000 has to be into 2, which is it has to become 4000. Okay. So that's what I'm expecting after executing the update query. Okay. So I want to save this. Let's do add header and debug this. Okay, I can just debug the file. Okay, it's done. Let's check the output. So this is my sheet 2. So we can see all the price values got doubled when compared to the first sheet. So this is my input and this is my output. So that's what I wanted to do with the help of first query. So this is a basic one. In order to do the advanced ones, let's understand bit by bit. So for that, what I'm exactly doing here, let's understand the syntax. For that, I'll just pull an assign activity here. So in this assign, I'm going to fill in the value here. So what is the syntax for this? We've already seen the syntax is kind of similar for how we have written it in the group by. So for that, you have to take from which data table we wanted to extract the information, the rows. So from this monthly table, right? So from this monthly table, what exactly I wanted to extract? Rows in monthly table. So if you're not clear about what I'm writing here, I'll suggest you watch the previous videos, then this is very clearly explained over there. So from this, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create an object. So let is a keyword that we have, which is used to store the temporary variables. Okay, so this whatever the variables that we are creating here. So let's say I'm going to create X. Okay, so X is a variable that is used to hold the variable of type object. Okay, so this is just a syntax. Let me explain you clearly. So if you observe here, this is understandable, right? So this let keyword creates this variable X, which holds the variable of type object. Okay, so what does the values goes inside this? That is declared by us. Okay, so now I wanted to give the values of row of I wanted to give the same column names. Okay, so item description, this value Later, I want row of quantity. Okay. After that, I want row of price. Okay. So the price value, what I'm doing here, I am going to multiply this by 2, correct? I want to see the change twice. So again, I have to convert this into the string to match the symmetry. Right? So that's it. What we have done, we've created a variable which is an object type, and then we've given all the values that we are having in the dt monthly table. What is the change that we wanted to see? This one, right? For this particular row value, we wanted to multiply this by 2. We wanted to see an increment of change in the price value twice. So we just did that, and to make sure that we all the variables of the same type, I just kept it as toString, right? And then now the main thing comes here. What we wanted to do, we wanted to select that particular data table, right? And for that data table, what I'm going to do, okay, so into a particular data table, I wanted to add all these rows. So I have declared already this output table. Let me explain you what I have done to this output data table once after we write this query. So I'm going to add all the rows, right? I'm going to add the rows. So for that, I'm having an add function. So what goes inside this particular add function is x, which is a temporary variable that we have. So this variable holds the values of item description, quantity, and the price that we've incremented, and that will be going. So this is again, this we have to understand what is the return type of it. It's a data row, right? So that data row, we have to send it into our data table. So I'm using copy to data table. So that's it. We are good with this. So okay, here we have to close the braces, right? Okay, there's I think one is not a member of this. Okay, to close it. Okay, let's check if it's showing like it's not a member. I think it's something with this braces. Open, close. Just check. Everything is open, closed. So this is one extra. Yeah, we're good with this, right? So what we are doing, selecting the output data table, and we are adding the rows into it. As this is a data table, we are copying the whole rows into this particular data table. So the output table consists of all the updated values from the query, correct? So now I wanted to add those values into my monthly table. I wanted to update my table with this. So what exactly I have done over here is, with respect to the output table, if you just observe, my output table does not have any template, right? It don't have any headers. So for that, I have taken monthly table itself and I have cloned it. So whenever you do the clone action, so the template of it, the headers of it will be copied to the destination, right? So that's all. First I have cloned it, and then I've written the query. So it will be, added into the output table, and we are updating the monthly table. So this is how we have written the query. So let's just execute this and see what actually happened. So I'll run it in the debug mode so that you can see what exactly is happening at each step. Okay. So yeah, First of all, we don't have anything for the output table, right? It's null. And monthly table consists of the original things, like which is 2000 and all, right? And now I'm going to step into this. So this consists of the template, right? We have cloned it. So we have the template, and then we are doing this action. So once after that's done, the monthly table will be updating with the values which are the doubled values, correct? So I'm just writing it into the data table. So what happens if you don't clone? We just have to understand why we are doing it, right? So let me show you what happens. Let's comment out this and we can understand. Okay, put a breakpoint. Okay, so if you see object reference not set, this is same as the one which we have seen in the previous example. So if we don't have a template, the reference is not set. This is what the exception we get. So whenever you see this exception, make sure the whatever the data table that you're providing is it having a template. If it's not having a template, if you want the same template as that of the input table, you can directly clone it. If you want a different template, then you can use a build data table. So these two are the most common things that you may encounter. So this is one such solution that you can think about when you see this exception. Okay, so having said that, we have seen how to update, right? And the syntax also is clear. Now let's get into the third portion. So now I have given, let me put this in different lines. So let's say this is the first column, this is the second column, and this is my third column. Okay, I think this is clear for you. So now let's see how we can change this, what all we can add into this thing. Okay, so first of all, let's say if I wanted to change this based on a certain value. So only for item description which is having rice, for rice alone, if I wanted to change the price, for all other different items I don't want to change. So what can I do? Just copy this value. And I believe you all know about how to write a if clause. So if you don't know, let me show you the syntax first here. So if it's like condition, first you have to provide the condition. If the condition is true, then whatever the value that we are giving here, value 1 will be updated. If it's false, value 2 will be updated. So this is how the if condition would work. Okay, so now I'm going to write a if statement here. Okay, so if first of all I want to give a condition, right? So what's my condition? I'll give the item description. If this contains rice, okay, this is my condition. If this is true, what I want here, I want the value to be incremented by twice. Okay, so this value has to be updated into my column. Okay, otherwise I want the same value, which is this. Okay, let me copy the value, paste it over here, and that's it. Okay, so if this condition is true, I want to print this value, otherwise this value. So I want my row to be updated in this way. So this is my first, second, I'm keeping them as it is. I want to update only the third column values. So I believe this is clear for you. This is just a small syntax that you have to remember. Okay, so let's add this into sheet 3. Okay, that means only the rice values has to be updated. Let's debug this file and check. Okay, we have to uncomment the dt output table. Okay, debug. Let's get into this and right range. Okay, right range, step into Okay, we are good. I'm stopping the execution. Go to project folder and get this file. So sheet 1 is the input, sheet 2 is the updated price value with everything, but sheet 3 is we are going to update only the rise values. Okay, so till here to here it should be the same with respect to the sheet 2, but from the next item, which is pencil box 4690, right? But this should be half of that, which is equals to the first, right? So this is how we can update by using a if condition. So I believe this is also clear for you. So now the next step is we'll simplify the syntax. Okay, so let me go here. So what I'm going to do, as we can see that I'm using the item description here and in the multiple places, and the prices also I'm using in the multiple places, right? So let's say if you're having a scenarios where we are using the things multiple times, and that will make the code look so complicated, but you know, the actual thing is it's not complicated. So what I'm going to do, so I'm going to declare the variables that a equals to, let's copy the whole thing and paste it over here, and let b equal to comma, and then this value I'm giving, and then let's see equal to this value. Okay, so as I already said you, let is a keyword that will create this variables which are temporary variables, and this holds the value from right side. Okay, so what I am going to do, I'll just replace them. Okay, a comma b comma, and wherever the values are there, just try to replace them. Here this complete thing, a dot contains, if this contains, what I'm going to do, I'll just change this to c into 2, and this value must be c, correct? So this is what the syntax is. Now let me take it into the same line to not confuse you. See, this looks simplified, right? So what we are doing, we are declaring a variable, assigning the value in the same way for these two variables, and we are using them multiple places, right? So this is how you can do if you have a big condition, or if you wanted to have a multiple statements also, this will be useful. So in order to write a big query, you can simplify it in a small way and put it in this way, so that you know it doesn't look so big, and also you always have to simplify the code. That's the job of a programmer, right? So I'm just saying okay, and this will also generate the same end result. You can just give it a try, and for you I'll just debug this, debug the file, continue. Okay, it's not a conversion from string rise to type integer is not valid. Okay, let's check what it is. What did we do? Contains rise. Okay, what this exactly is about, let me check the error again. Integer, we're not converting that to integer, right? Okay, this is the thing. Here it is. We have to give it as a price, and say okay. Right, that's it. So what actually we did is, instead of giving a third column, I have again given the second column. So it should be of the type price. So when it tried to convert rice into 2, it is not possible, right? So that's what the error has shown up. Okay, so that's all in this video. I wanted to cover one more thing as well, adding up a new column and how to update it. But yeah, as this video is getting longer, I will take it up in a new video. So I hope this is useful, and I'll paste the queries in the description. If you have any questions, do let me know in the comment section. And if you face any new scenarios also, let me know. I'll make a video on that as well, and I'll try to help you out with your query. So thank you so much for watching. Do subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss any new videos. Thank you.